Today we're spending the day in Ludington, Michigan, home of the Badger.
Yeah, hopefully they can see that behind us.
We're going to go check out some campgrounds, do a little bit of a reconnaissance mission to see if we can find some neat places to camp this summer. We're going to look at Lake Michigan and see if we can find any ice. We might even do a little bit of window shopping.
Yeah, downtown's fun.
Yeah, we need to check out the state park for sure. Ludington State Park.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going on there in the wintertime. I don't know that there is anything. But...
Yeah, hopefully we can get in. We are going to top it all off with something from House of Flavors.
Yum.
Let's go. Right now we're on basically a reconnaissance mission. We are at Mason County Campground, and we are trying to check out the place and see if it's somewhere that we would want to camp this summer with my family.
What do you think of this place so far?
I really like it. I think I like it. It seems like it's really quiet, and there's not going to be a whole lot of traffic and stuff like that. It's really small and intimate, but it looks new and nice trees.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
it seems nice. I mean, it's hard to get the summer feel in the winter.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. I prefer a warmer campground, but hopefully in August it will be warmer.
Yeah.
Lunch with a view.
Yes, lunch with a view. We are at Buttersville Park, their beach park, and right on Lake Michigan, which I'm a little disappointed there's no ice on the water anymore.
But this place is very close to the next campground that we're going to check out, Buttersville Campground, and it's a city park. We brought lunch with us. This is basically, we had two different containers. We had one container with like the beans and tomatoes and onions that we warmed up before we came. And then we had another container with the cantaloupe and the green onion and some poblano peppers, which kind of makes a salsa. And then we just mixed it all together and should be delicious.
Why is it still warm?
We used an insulated carrier to put the warm stuff in.
Yeah, just kept the warm stuff warm and the cold stuff cold.
Yes. Well, there might not be ice on Lake Michigan, but there's plenty of ice on Pier Marquette Lake. Enough so that people are ice fishing. Now we're going to take a look at another campground, Buttersville Park. It's actually a Ludington city park, and we're going to take a look and see if it would be a place that we'd like to camp this summer. Let's go. It's a hike down, but it's right on the lake.
See the lighthouse over there. Walk a long ways on the beach, right out to the pier probably. Not sure about that though.
Final thoughts about the two campgrounds that we wanted to check out on this trip. This Buttersville campground there are some amazing qualities to it. The first one that obviously takes the cake is that it's right on Lake Michigan. There's frontage of beach that looks beautiful. There's stairs that go right down to it, and it would be an opportunity to be able to spend some time on the beach, maybe not having to fight for a spot quite so much. The bad side is that I'm in the campground and the road is right there. So I don't think that this is as busy of an area of Ludington as if you're on the other side of the channel by where the state park and the Stearns Park and some of the bigger parks are that most people go to. So I don't think there'd be a ton of traffic, but you'd hear it for sure. So there's pros and cons. Oh, the other thing that I really liked about the Mason County Campground is that there's a lot of the campsites are spread out a little bit more. So there might be a spot, and then a whole bunch of trees and no camping. And then, you know, spot, another big area that's open. And they're both single loop campgrounds. The thing I like better about the Mason County Campground is that the loop is a lot wider. And so it's about the same amount of campsites, it appears to be, but they're spread out more. So, and it seems to be, they're both wooded, but it seems like there's even more woods at that campground, and it is farther from the road, so I don't think you'd hear any road noise there. So that would be my, you know, this one's great because of the lake though, so it's really hard to beat that, but I do like how the other one is a little bit more remote. Hey, what you doing?
Trying to get a shot of the dune grass and the lighthouse off in the distance.
It looks like we found a pathway to Lake Michigan. Let's check it out.
That I could be brave. Is there anything good on the radio? Turn it up loud and let me know how it used to be before anyone heard of you and me. I'm feeling good.
We made our way out to Ludington State Park, which is a must-do spot in Ludington.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the nicest state parks in Michigan, so definitely want to find Ludington State Park.
Absolutely. It's beautiful here, and this is the first time we've been here in the wintertime. I think, can you still call this wintertime?
It is the very beginning of March, so yes, it's winter.
There's still snow on the ground in some areas, but it's been melting off. I don't know if you can see the ice on the lake behind us, Lake Hamlin. But as we drove into the park, we noticed that one of the campgrounds is actually open.
Yeah.
And people are camping.
Yeah.
And so apparently they have winter camping here. So I don't know. I didn't know that before now.
No.
So
there are 3 different camping sections, and only one of them, part of one of them is open. But
right.
we saw quite a few RVs. I was surprised there was probably at least 10.
Yeah, some RVs, and there was one little teardrop.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But bring a heater. It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. I mean, I'm shivering right here. The wind coming off the lake is very chilly. It's about roughly a 35-degree day right now, but the wind chill's got to be at least 10 degrees colder.
At least my head is frozen with the wind hitting it.
Running out of town just to celebrate. The fortune's here to stay. A one-way ticket to a better day. A rocking chair and a glass of wine in the shade of a tree.
So I just had we saw that the campground was open during the winter. I was wondering You know it's coming. Would you be open to camping in the winter once we get our camper?
Do I have to promise?
No. No, not at all. I was just curious. This is, you know, I wouldn't go right from summer camping to winter camping. We'd ease our way into it and not go during blizzards or anything, you know.
Yeah, you know, honestly, seeing the campers there, it looked kind of intriguing.
Okay.
I mean, I could see where it could be fun.
Yeah.
If
Right.
if we're able to stay warm in our camper, which we won't know until we've tried it.
Right. I don't know as if that'll be a problem, but we'll find out.
Yeah, you know, it seemed like an adventure, like a fun adventure.
Just a way to, I mean, even if it was just for a quick weekend where the weather looked like it was going to be decent, you know, and we decided to come up here and camp for the weekend and go hiking, do some winter hiking and snowshoeing.
Yeah. I mean, if our camper was 3 miles that way right now, instead of having to drive home an hour and a half, I would be really happy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
But I'm not promising anything.
I was about to say I got it on camera, so.
There's not a lot to ask when life is going by so fast. One breath away. Step up and say.
Are you ready to go get some food?
Yes, I'm starving.
Where do you want to go?
Well, we're in Ludington, so we kind of have to go to House of Flavors, right?
Yeah, I think we've earned it.
Well, they have some healthy options.
Oh, true. You're right. Yeah, they had that delicious veggie wrap thing that we've gotten before.
Yes.
That was yummy.
I think we need to get the veggie wrap for sure, and we could just maybe, you know, hold the cheese.
Yeah, make it dairy free.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, dear, should we possibly splurge and get something a little bit off of our diet?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, sweet potato fries wouldn't be that unhealthy, would they?
No, I think that'd be good.
Okay, well, so like if that's okay, maybe we could actually get onion rings because they're not that much worse than sweet potato fries.
Well, I don't know about that, but okay. We'll do the onion rings.
Okay.
But it's got to be a small order.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on to.
Hi, yes, could we get 2 veggie wraps with no black olives and no cheese? Yeah, we'll take the onion rings.
Real. The love you feel is like water in a glass. Don't try to say.
Hi guys.
Hi.
How are we doing food or ice cream today?
We have a takeout order.
Takeout order, what's the name?
Cassie, Michelle.
Ones you hate from the ones that you don't know. 'Cause there's a part of you that never could let go.
I'm so excited to have this. You know, I mean, how many times have we eaten out since August?
Oh, like probably count the number on one hand.
Yeah,
If
just
you
on our
even need it.
anniversary, we went to Subway a couple times.
Yeah.
So this is a big treat for us. This is March, so 7 months later.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we got a small onion ring.
Oh yeah.
This is the veggie wrap from House of Flavors.
Some onions, spinach. What else is on
I think
there?
there's asparagus, mushrooms, tomato,
Lettuce.
ranch dressing, all sorts of yummy goodness. So what does yours look like, dear?
Well, it looks like it's exactly the same as yours.
Wow.
So yeah.
Do you want to explain why we felt like we could go ahead and get these onion rings?
This is a small onion ring?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Actually, you know what? I don't think I said small or large. I think I just said onion rings for the side.
Oh, so you're sabotaging us. I'm joking. So one of the things we should explain here is that since August, Michelle and I have been doing this diet, and since then we have lost a combined 80 pounds.
Woo-hoo.
And it's pretty close to being 40 and 40. So it's not like one of us lost a whole bunch more than the other or anything like that. So anyway, we've been trying real hard to get ourselves in shape and just healthier so we can do the things and have the kind of year that we want to have. And we've got all kinds of things planned for this year for traveling around Michigan and whatnot. So yeah, that's why this is such a treat. We don't eat like this hardly ever anymore. Actually, this is probably the first real treat we've given ourselves
Yep.
since August. So
And we're going to keep it a treat and not make it a every meal so that
Right.
we don't find ourselves back in that same situation.
Yeah.
Let's eat.
okay. So how was it?
It was tasty. It was a lot.
It was a lot. That was, yeah, too much.
A lot more than we're used to eating. I think next time we should order one and just split it.
That would be better, because honestly, I did overeat a little bit, and I have kind of a sickly feeling. It wasn't the food. It's just the amount of it, and it's not a feeling I want to get used to ever again. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But
it was yummy.
Yeah.
It was yummy.
I mean, the wrap by itself would have been a nice meal.
Yeah,
You know.
for sure. Yep. Live and learn.
I'm chasing shadows around the place. It shouldn't take long now in any case. As long as there is light, pretending I could stay the night. One breath away. Step up and say, hold on to what is real. The love we feel.
There's a drop off there.
That's where all that sand came from across the road.
Yep. Hey, look, it's Bigfoot. That is a Bigfoot.
Yeah. Okay. So Lake Michigan it's still Lake Michigan. There's no ice on it. At least not here in Ludington at this time of year. I think we missed the ice. There's been too much of a warm up.
Yeah, sometimes in March, the lake is still really frozen with tons of ice on it, but this winter was pretty mild, except for maybe about 3 weeks
Yeah.
that it was
Super cold.
extremely cold and very snowy.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was pretty mild winter. Anyway, I've had fun.
Yeah, it's been a good day trip.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm starting to get kind of tired.
Yeah, I know. You wanna head home?
Yeah, let's head home.
Okay.
Okay.